Hey folks, world, we are here with Dennis Busse, aka Buzz, right?
Yep.
B-U-Z-Z, and you know what's funny? You hear the buzzing. This is a beautiful place here. Wish I had time to show you all around Buzz's property up here. We're in, I guess, he says 2.5 hours from San Francisco and Oakland area. We're gonna get to know a little bit about Buzz. I asked him about his birds just now, and he says not too much prepping that he does for the birds. He enjoys them, and they do their thing. But we're going to learn a little bit more about who Buzz is. Well, first, I can tell you, look, he's our president for the NBRC, National Birmingham Roller Club. Here, we're in 2025. It's actually coming to a close on that, right?
Yeah, so it won't be much longer.
It's May 23rd, 2025. He just competed in the World Cup finals for his region here. And to get a little bit, know a little bit about Buzz, aside of the birds, guys, because he's got a lot of interesting things about him. But you started with the birds back in...
When I was about 7 years old, back in South Central LA.
South Central LA. So let's talk a little bit about that. So you had birds for a number of years there and spent a lot of time in LA?
Yeah, the first 12 years growing up, I was in South, like I said, South Central, and then my folks moved. When I started junior high, they moved to Gardena.
Mm-hmm.
Up until then, I'd had all fancy birds, every kind you could think of, just a mix. And then when we moved, I met a guy at school who had rollers, and he took me over to meet a guy called the Milkman.
Milkman.
Yeah, John Brazier, who was very prominent flyer down in LA, Gardena area at that time, and much a part of the old Southern California Roller Club, and then the PRC, and then eventually the NBRC in the 60s when they first got started. We got involved with them, so he was my first mentor. Once I saw the rollers, that was it.
Yeah.
I got rid of everything else.
Yeah, you had a big break after that. You went off to college?
Went off to college, got rid of all my birds, because I was up in the Oakland, Berkeley area, and just got as soon as I graduated, I got into teaching and coaching, and that's more than a full-time job, coaching.
Yeah, Buzz coached baseball at, what was the name of the high school again?
Bell Gardens.
Bell Gardens, and that was in East LA.
It's in East LA.
East LA, for those of you that have heard of that, I'm sure that, I never grew up and spent that much time in LA, and I've heard of that one, so I'm sure as a coach for how many years?
I was there for 24, and then I bought this property a number of years before that, 20 years before that, and when I could still afford it.
Yeah, really, it's beautiful.
Today I couldn't afford to buy this today, but just gradually had visions of what I could do here and do there, and it was always my dream as a little kid growing up, playing in the backyard with my toys, and to live in the country and develop my own place. And
after you did coaching and you was an activities director.
That was after I moved up here.
For a number of years, up in this area.
Yeah, we finished the house. I started
Philo,
right? I started it in 2009. Well, it was 1990 when I started it, and finished it in 94. And at that time, the kids were just starting school, so I said it's time to move. So we moved up here, and then I got a job over in Ukiah. So working, I coached there for another 14 years and was athletic director for 10 of those as well.
Buzz always reminded me of Mark McGuire. I don't know why, I always thought about that.
Wished I could hit like Mark McGuire.
Did you have any? I know this is not pigeon related, folks, but you're getting to know more about Buzz. And I didn't ask him this before, but did you have anybody that came out of that high school or that you went off to play in the MLB?
Oh,
You
yeah.
probably had.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was very competitive in Southern California. Probably the longest tenured was Enos Cabell. Played with Houston and Detroit and finished up with the Dodgers. But there were a number of guys that signed. I think we signed like 7 or 8 guys off our high school team.
Nice.
American Legion ball. Brett, George Brett,
George Brett.
older brother,
Oh, really?
Kimmer. He was at El Segundo. I played against a bunch of guys in
Who did
Legion
George
ball.
Brett coach for again or manage?
He didn't. He played for
He was-
Kansas City. Fantastic Hall of Famer, fantastic hitter.
That's why I asked that. I wanted to mention it. Get a little shout out for Kansas City there. Even though, no, it's all good. Buzz, there's a lot you do for us in the U.S. with the National Birmingham Roller Club, and we appreciate everything you do. We could be here for a while, folks, talking with Buzz, and just wanted to definitely get you out there in the world to get to meet and know Buzz, but definitely want to appreciate thank you for what you do with us, and we want to award you with our qualification finalist
Thank you.
coin there
Little, Dwayne.
that Dwayne White put together.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dwayne White. And yeah, so appreciate and thank you again for all you do.
Well, thank you, and I just appreciate the opportunities that the NBRC have given me. I mean, like I said, it was back in the 60s when I first got, they were just coming into being and offered a fly competition. And always before that, it was all lawn shows and being backyard flyers. And it's come a long ways.
Yes, yes.
And I love competition. I mean,
Right.
I'm basically a backyard flyer.
Part of who we
at
are
heart.
with that,
I mean,
so we want to.
I'm here every day flying birds,
Yeah.
but I love the competition because obviously having been a coach for all those years, I believe that competition just is important for life, really.
Absolutely. Staying active. If it's a matter of walking to the loft and back, and moving, cleaning the loft, whatever it is.
Don't
Staying
remind me
active.
about cleaning the loft.
All right, Buzz. Thanks again, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. You're welcome.
Thank you.